Hi, friends. Welcome to this moment, this practice, this Hitbonenut meditation with Neshima and Hamakom. Lovely to meet you here in a certain way. Inviting you to invite yourself, your body, find its seat, find a posture that your body is drawn to, that feels helpful, wakeful, restful. Perhaps to let your body choose if that's meaningful to you, to see what it wants by way of posture. I sometimes find bringing the chin toward the chest, resting my hands on my legs, the soles of my feet flat on the floor. This is all helpful for me. Closing the eyes, maybe, or softening the gaze. Once you feel somewhat established, see if you can tune into any sensation in your experience which is somewhat grounding, steadying, maybe even enjoyable. It doesn't really matter too much what this is. It might be the hands against the legs or against each other, the breath against the cheek, the breeze against the cheek, pardon me, the breath against the nostrils, meeting the throat or the chest or the belly. It might be a sense of the whole body sitting here on the earth. It might be the sounds around you. It may be relatively available but not have a name. Oh, it's just this. This is grounding. This is steadying. This is somewhat enjoyable to turn attention to. And so choosing this, whatever this is for you, choosing to turn somewhere supportive within it all for now. And to keep turning back here each time attention wanders elsewhere, which of course it does. We're practicing Hitbonenut meditation today to cultivate love and awe of the divine. Through this contemplation practice, we see the divine shining through the beauty and the wonder of the world. We see the way that different faces of nature reveal different faces of the divine. And today, the face of nature that we're turning our gaze towards is the stars, kochavim in Hebrew. Perhaps noticing what arises for you with these words, how the stars show up in the mind, maybe somewhere in the body, in what way you feel the stars, if at all. Contemplating the stars points us toward an infinite expanse. The observable universe is about 93 billion light years in diameter, filled with over 100 billion galaxies, and each of those galaxies containing millions or billions of stars. Millions on billions on billions. We simply cannot comprehend these numbers, this magnitude. We can't wrap our heads around the scale, the vastness. We could strain and try to, but that would just be straining. Even then, we're surely still not really grasping the whole. I wonder if you notice, even in a very small, flickering kind of way, a kind of relief in this immensity. That the cosmos is so large that it actually makes perfect sense to give up trying to capture it all, trying to understand it all. In the immensity, do you glimpse some kind of relief? Ah, we still have that connection to what is here, to what grounds us, to the this, the zot, Hebrew, that whatever this is for each of us, whatever we began practicing with, feet or hands, breath or sounds, the immensity just reminds us that we don't personally have to hold the whole thing. We've got this. When we relinquish this straining to wrap our heads, our understanding around the whole thing, we lose much of the hardship, kind of letting go. Maybe you feel that somewhat now. The vastness just um, soothing, urge to get it all. It's like, don't worry about it. It's not on you to master, manage, control the whole thing. When we relinquish this straining, we lose much of the hardship, but we don't lose the connection. Our connection with the world around us, the stars above, with the entire cosmos. We don't lose this because it doesn't depend on our straining or efforting. In fact, you are effortlessly a participant in creation because the atoms which constitute your physical body have been forged in the heart of high mass stars, which then exploded and spread themselves into the cosmos. You don't have to go far away to find the stars. They are inside you. And so even when we let go, even when we soften, even when the immensity gives us permission not to try and get it all, we're still connected with the stars because we're made of them. We are participating effortlessly. It's not a participation that we can lose. How is it to notice that the very atoms you are made of, consider that all the way to your core, the atoms you are made of have traveled through the cosmos. that you are made of the cosmos, that you are creation. The immense spaciousness of the cosmos, so much wider than we can know, reminds us that we are on the inside of creation. We are part of it. We're not above it, controlling, or outside it, looking in. We inhabit it. We belong to something larger than ourselves, something else which is doing the holding. So we don't have to. How might it be to allow yourself to be held by the cosmos, to be a participant in this way, participating effortlessly and by your very being in the boundlessness of creation? What might this feel like? Effortlessly part of the wholeness, the enormity, the grandeur, not separate from it, composed of it, inside of it, always already in touch with it. What might this feel like? Rav James Jacobson Mazels drew my attention to a striking line from Tehillim, from the Psalms, where the psalmist says, Moneh mispal hakochavim l'chulam shemot yikra. Talking to the divine, King David says, you assign the numbers of the stars, you reckon them, and to each one you give a name. What I love about this is that the vastness we are reminded of is so far from being impersonal or disconnected. Even in the enormity of space, each star has a name. Each star is seen and known by the divine. Each one is a light, illuminating what is around it. Moneh mispal hakochavim l'chulam shemot yikra. You assign the numbers of the stars, and to each one you give a name. We see that boundlessness and intimacy, spaciousness and connection Vastness and participation go together. There's so much space, and all of it is meaningful. Each part has its name, has its place, plays its role. Each part is precious to God. And of course, that includes you in the fullness of everything that you are. In the last couple of minutes of our practice, inviting you to explore the possibility that this great space and deep intimacy are available together, that we don't have to choose between them, between freedom and connection, between expansiveness and depth. To feel the enormity of the cosmos, and to know that each star has its name. How might it be to let the body feel this? The openness and the warmth. And as we draw to a close, perhaps considering, when do you tend to forget how much space there really is out there and in here? Inviting you to bring to mind a particular time, pattern, situation in your life when this forgetting tends to happen, when things tend to feel constricted, when it really seems as if there's not enough space. Maybe it's with a particular person or a particular role that you have, and not necessarily choosing what or who is currently most difficult in your life. But whatever suggests itself, whatever comes forward, whatever you choose, I invite you to set the intention to allow the stars and the cosmos, the openness and the intimacy into those moments of your life too, to let them remind you that there is more than you know around you and within you, that there is space and you are part of it. Thank you so much for your practice. Really wishing you well.